and you would like to use it, grab that foam roller at the base of your feet where your feet are going to go. We'll take an inhale and we'll exhale down. Now the feet are on and we're going to curl up and down. We'll start with 10 bridges with your feet on the floor if you would like, or on the foam roller. Now at this point we're doing a more traditional bridge with the knees in that 90-degree angle. We're waking up the back, we're waking up the glutes, and we're making up the hamstrings. And then just hold it up there and do 10 little pulses at the top, maybe 1 inch or 2 inch pulses. Feel your glutes warm up. Breathe in. Now just hold static or still 10. Breathe in, 5, and then lower your spine down and then take it a little further away. So now I've got a little more open angle. You could say about 6 inches or so, but just find one that works. 2, now we're lifting 10 times with that different angle in our knee, which should feel different in your hamstrings. It won't curl as much probably in the low back, and that's okay. It's now we're more focused on the hamstring and the glutes. This helps, when this area is strong, it helps with your low back. And we're going to be holding this up with a little pulse if you can. So take 10 little pulses at the top. And then we're going to hold it steady. Just hold steady for 10. Still breathing. And then lower your spine down. Now we're taking a third angle. So for me, I'm going to put my ankle calf on top and softly bend the knee. So just find a third angle that's somewhat long in the knee. Go up and down. 2. Now we're going to do 10 of these. 3. Good. 4. 5. Soft knee. 6. 7. 8. 9. All right, now hold it up. Now if you can, tiny little pulses, tiny little pulses. And then if you can, just hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. And then lower. And take a full body stretch. Inhale. Nice. Now we're going to be adding on a roll up. So at first, let me show you a modification. Hand behind your head, roll to an ab crunch. All right, we're doing 5 more. This is a basic abdominal crunch. Your belly pulls in. And then rest for a moment. We're going to be adding on. So if you would like to add on, you can take an inhale. And on your exhale, peel your spine up and bend the knees towards you. Now, again, you could also modify with that first thing that we did, the abdominal crunch, the 30-degree. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, take a moment. This time when you're on the floor, start with the knees bent and the roller's closer to you. Inhale. This can be done without the roller too. So breathe in and then exhale, come up and over like a little, beach balls in front of you and you're rolling over it. And stretch, breathe in, and it's controlled, and up. Good. You should feel your abs. No matter what you're doing, you can change up the variety, but our intention is the abdominals. All right, now for a moment, hug your legs in, and let's do a little rock. We'll kind of check in. We're getting ready to do an oblique roll up. So you're going to now lower your legs, and we're going to be going right with our torso and left with our legs. So take an inhale. Now on your exhale, go a little bit right, and your knees will go a little bit left. So you can see how I'm opposite sides here. Now inhale, we're going to go arms to the left, knees to the right. Good. Yeah, if you can, both arms are on that side of your legs. And 3, obliques. Good. Inhale. And exhale, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, take a seat for just a moment. Grab a sip if you would like. Very good job. We're going to sneak in also a rotation to stretch out that back. Breathe in and exhale. Take a rotation to stretch out that back. And then bring it back. Now we're going to take a little swan. If you need another sip, I'm going to take one. And then belly down swan. So I'm going to also offer that we do this on the roller. If you don't want to use the roller, just use your hands on the floor. The extension is our key result area. So we're working on thoracic extension. So the very first one, if you have the roller, is wide arms. We're going to breathe in, press down, and lower. And you may find that you need to start low and then you get a little higher. So we're going up and down multiple times. Now hold it up. Now we're going to hold for 10. Still feel that breath go into your upper back. Exhale, lower. All right, we're going to do it again. Come up and hold for 10. And then lower. And then one more time. Come up. And lower. Very good. Now, we don't need our roller for this one, so you can just move it aside. Your hands are going to be low. We're going to lift up your torso and lift up the legs. Now, at first, just breathe, and you'll feel like you go up and down a little bit. Your toes are off if you can. Your chest is off, and your arms are off. And then lower for a moment. We're going to add on some back deltoid, rear deltoid. So come up just like you did. And then the add-on would be the arms go higher in an I position. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 7, 8, 9. Now recover. This time your arms are going to be like the letter T to your body. Now breathe in, lift up your torso, lift up your toes. The arms are up. Now when you're ready, we're going to lift the arms 10 times higher than the torso, or 10 time repetitions. So 10 lifts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Recover. Now the other position is called a Y. Your arms are like a letter Y. If it gets in your neck and you need to have it lower, that's okay too. So at first, just lift your torso. Your torso will pretty much stay the same. Your arms are going to lift higher than your torso. 10 reps. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Child pose. Press back. I'm going to offer the toes pulling under. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Now we're going to sneak in a few cat-cows here to wake up the back again after those abdominal crunches and after those back extensions. So now we're just getting mobile. We're reminding our back of its mobility after those extensions and flexions. If you would like to add on, you can go into a down dog, up dog articulation. If you need to stay in cat-cow, you could do that, or you could even just lift the knees. So you have a little hover. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice, you got it. 8. Good job, guys. 2 more. 9, and 10. And then we're going to take a little child's pose with the elbows bending if you would like. So pat yourself on the back. Nice. And then grab a sip. We're going to do a few core planks here. Good job. I'm going to offer that we use the foam roller. If you don't want to, you can always do these with the toes on the floor. But if you're using the foam roller, you're going to put it underneath the shin part. Your forearms are on the mat. You can put your toes towards each other and notice how the roller's closer to the knee part of my shin on the tibialis anterior muscle. And then bend your knees. And like an inchworm, you're going to bend the knees in and then you're going to go straight back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to take a little breather. And then on this one, we're going to be doing it's going to look very familiar because of our roll-ups. We're going to do knees to the left corner and then knees to the right corner. So you're going to start long plank, take the knees towards the left elbow and then straighten. Take the knees to the right elbow, knees to left, knees to right, bend, 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 bend. Now try 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now recover. Nice job. Now we're going to be lifting our hips up. So we're upside down V, also called dolphin. And you're going to leave your elbows on the mat. The foam roller starts closer to the knee side. That way, when you lift your hips, you can roll out the shin. You have room. 2, then go back to plank. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then take a little breather. Nice. The next one is going to be a diagonal hip lift. So we're going to head long knees to the left corner, back to plank, then to the right corner. So long knees on this one. Go to your forearms, lift your knees up, but your hips towards the left, and then more towards the right, and then more towards the left, more towards the right. 6 more, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then take a break. We're going to grab a sip and we're going to grab a stretch. Good job. So we're breaking up the units. We'll take a half moon pose seated. You could do any kind of seat you need. So any kind of seat you need. I'm just sitting kneeling because I'm here. Yeah, crisscross applesauce is just fine. Add a little rotation. Enjoy. And then come up and over like you're stretching out through your fingers. Little rotations are helpful. And then one more we'll do either interlace fingers at the low back. Good. Or if you want a full Ustrasana, go for it. Just something to open up your shoulders and chest from being forward on our forearms during planks. Good. 5. That a girl. 4. So good. 3, 2, and 1. Looking good. Now we're going to be doing some side planks next to mix up. So if you would like, you can use the foam roller. You can also, let me grab a little pad for my elbow. So you can be on one side plank, or if you with the foam roller, or you can just do this on the floor. It's doable either way. You can stagger your feet like I'm showing, or you can stack them like I'm showing now. So you choose. Head back a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, get your bearings. Breathe in. Lower your hip and then we're going to go to the other side. All right, so you have forearm, the foam roller if you want it, or the floor. So you're choosing. Stretch out, strong mind, strong body, strong thoughts. Feeling good, feeling open, feeling strong. Breathe in. Now when you're ready, the hip is what's going to lower. Come on over to the other side. So this is a small add-on. We're going to do a rotation. But with the roller, there's a little bit more instability. So if you haven't done that before or in a long time, just make sure you're stable before you add. And I'm moving slower, you can tell, just because the roller is a little more unstable, potentially. Good. 8. Let's do 10. So I'm at 8, 9, 10. And then you'll lower the hip, never just the shoulder, right? And then we're going to go to the other side. And I'm going to stagger, but you can do a stack if you want. And exhale. Now your hip stays pretty stable, and you're going to rotate. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your exhale helps you rotate. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then lower. Very good. We're going back to the other side. So I'll put the roller on this side, and we're going to put the forearm down, and this time we're going to add our lateral flexion. So you're first stable. I'll put one hand on the thigh. First, you're stable before you add on any movement. Yeah, 2, you kind of gather your stability cues. 4, good, lift the hip if you can. 5, yeah, 6, and lift higher, but you're not going to the floor between. Your hips don't touch the floor between. Go up, and then you're going to lower your hip. That's great. Now we're going to the other side. You can imagine you're in a toaster slot, so you're not folding at the hips and your head's not going forward. You're against an imaginary wall. So first set up your stability. Once you feel like you're stable, you can lift your arm and your hips. When your arm's overhead, your hips are going up. Your hips will drop, but they won't drop all the way to the floor. Feel your core. Feel your head on an imaginary wall behind you, the back of your head. Good, strong body. That a girl. Wonderful. Now we're going to the other. So we'll do 3 of these side planks before we switch it up. Hold, side plank, and if you would like, you can add abduction. The leg on top can abduct. So at first get stable, or if you want a little support, put your fingers down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inhale, lower, and we're going to go to the other side. 5. So any modifications, please take. So if you need the feet on the floor, do it. If you need fingers on the floor, do it. Go up. Make sure you're stable before you add any cue. Good, I love it. Find your way. Nice. And lower. Good job. Grab a sip. You're doing great. Grab a sip. Wonderful. And we're going to take a happy baby or a squat pose as a way to just sort of get stasis again, homeostasis. So something that's good for us, but lets our heart rate get down after those planks, giving us a full tank before we try the next. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to just fall on the floor for a second because my tush is so close. I'm going to have us do a balance pose on the booty. So make sure your space is pretty clear. Lift up and maybe let go. Now lengthen if you would like to add on, and hold. Good. While we're here, grab your fingers around the toes, try the lengthened. We're going to touch base with a few things. Yes, stretch anytime you need. Go together. There you go. See, we're just working on balance in different ways. We change it up. Breathe in. Yeah, and if you move it, that's a dynamic balance. So try 3, 2, 1, and then lower. All right, so now we're going to add on. Let's go down. Once you're down, leave your hands down, and then you're going to lift your pelvis. So notice it's a pelvic lift with your abs. So at first start little. If you're not sure what's happening, you can put your hands on your abs, and that should be initiating it. You're not throwing your legs. Now, if you want to challenge, go 10 higher. 1, 2, 3, and by the way, if you need a modification, bridges are always good. 5, they're a great modification for about anything. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so take a moment. I'll tell you the next one, while we just rest here for a sec, is going to be to double crunch. So your option could be the hands behind your head and your legs up, and then you come together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we're going to reach your hands between the inner thighs, and this is a bound angle stretch. Your hands could be on the ankles, and I'm adding a little rock. Make sure your inner thighs feel a stretch. You can do all sorts of these. Any of this you can do is fine, but I'll show you the full pose. It's a back chain, front chain movement. So what you would do is lift your hips like that long hamstring, and then you would come up to teaser. And then you would lift your hips, and then you would come up to teaser. But maybe you're just going to do the hip lift, or maybe you'll do a hip lift and a 30-degree ab crunch. So breathe in, push your hips in the air, and then come up. 2 more times. 1 more time. And then a full body stretch. Take a stretch through your fingers, stretch through your toes, and then to your side. And your arm is going to be underneath your ear. All right, so on this one, you're going to lift up just your hips. I have to make sure I'm off my mic here, but you guys keep going. Do 10 hip lifts. Feel your waist. Now you might do 10 more, or you might try to add your upper body for 10. Remember, you can also put your fingers down. Now you may be doing just leg lifts, so if it torques your neck, don't do a hard variation that's bad for your neck. Now if you want, you could put 3 together of banana boats. So we're kind of integrating 2, side, and 1. And then sagittal plane. Now we're headed to the other side. You're going to take your arm underneath your ear like a pillow, and the bottom half is your first focus. So feel your waist, feel your hips, feel your inner thighs. Your neck should feel easy and not congested at all. This is a great modification if you need to stay at something. If you're adding on, you could do 10 upper body as well as lower, but you could use your fingers, you could do both arms, you could slide an arm down. And then you could do a teaser. Three times. Nice job. Grab a sip. You're doing it great. We're going to do a little posture called cow face with the upper body. Breathe in. Good. Any way you need to. I'm just doing a shoulder stretch on both. This is for the upper back. the shoulders, and then try your other one. Try to breathe into the stretch, full breath. 3, good. Jawline lifted, shoulders down. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower down. Nice job. Grab a sip if you need it, and we'll add on reverse work. So it's more like triceps, and I'm going to show you with the foam roller if you would like. Cole, you might like your elbows on top of your arc, but if you take your feet in front of you, the ankles and the calf area can fit really nicely on your roller. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lower. Very good. All right, so we'll massage that out a little bit. We're going to add on a set of triceps, but if you want to do that pose again, or if you want to do it in push-ups, you can, but if you want to do a tricep set, you'll go bending and straightening. 10, 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then take a little break. Good job. We're going to massage those hands again so you can see where we're heading. We're doing some arm strengthening exercises. That was triceps, and then we're going to be doing some push-ups. The push-ups could be on the wall, narrow elbows. The push-ups could be, the further away you are, the harder, or on the floor in all fours, or all fours, knees longer away from you. You know, there's all sorts of ways. But try 15 of the push-ups. Feel how your abs are integrated with your body on these. Five more. And recover with a full arm stretch. So I'm going to show one stretch. Looks like you're a letter T, but then your fingers pull under, and then your arms go back. So this is also nerves for the nerves, radial. Flip it and it's ulnar, so fingers towards each other. And this is also ulnar. Thumb to first finger. Let your fingers go underneath your jawline and lift your elbows. So hold 5, 4, yep, 3, 2, and 1. Palms together, lower them until your hands separate. 5, 4, 3, 2, and either do that again, or if you can reverse prayer, do that one. Push the hands up this time. Palms together. Yeah, wiggle them up if you need to. Lift your torso. See if you can touch your entire hand together in the back body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good. Shake it out. Grab a sip if you need it. I just need to fill my water a little bit. Okay. All right. We're going back to a single hamstring. One thing I like to do is to make sure that the limbs are pretty symmetrical, or at least offer work that reveals a discrepancy. So if you have your foam roller still, use it, and then go up and try to feel like if a weight was under each foot, it would be even. Now, once you feel like it's 50-50, leave your hips up, lift up your right leg, lower your hips all the way down to the floor, and then come back up. Lower all the way down and come back up. Now we're going to do 15 on one leg. Try to keep your hips level. We have 10 more. Okay, now on this one, we're switching. So my other foot, my right foot's down, my left leg's up. We're gonna do 15 single bridges. So each hamstring's gonna get some attention. Go all the way down and then up. Go all the way down. Sometimes it's easy to forget that going down part, and I want you to feel strong throughout the glute. Now we have 10 more. and then recover. Very good. Now we're going to do another set. This time we're going to do the toes pull back. So your right leg's up, but the right toes are pulled back. I want you to feel your shin, and you might even feel a calf stretch. So down, drop your pelvis all the way. Drop your pelvis all the way, and then push up. Try to keep your hips level. Yep, long knee. Now we have 5 more. Go all the way down, all the way up, and then let that down, your right foot that is, your left foot's up. Now pull the left toes back, spread out your toes if you can, and then go up and all the way down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way up and down, 14, 15. Now we're going to take a letter V stretch. So pull your legs long like a V and pull your toes back. Now the hamstrings or the inner thighs might release a little and you might be able to go further. And then pull the legs in. Nice job. Prop the hands underneath the thighs, kick up. We are still working on the hamstring glutes, but we're going to do it belly down. So grab a sip if you need, and then meet me belly down. We're going to do long-legged hip extensions. You'll hear the term gluteal amnesia, a condition people get when they've been sitting a long time and their glutes aren't firing right. It usually comes with a low back pain or a gait compensation. So what we're doing is exercises that help strengthen the hamstrings, glutes, and wake up those muscles. So inhale, lift up your left leg, and then you're gonna switch right leg and keep going and just try to soften your neck if it's tight. Try to keep your hips level. We're alternating, Catherine. Yep, you've got it. Try to imagine how high are they getting, and can each leg go the same height? Sometimes the height isn't the same, not because of hamstring glute strength, but because of hip flexor tightness. So try to feel length in your front body and strength or tone in your back body. Long. And when it feels like that's working well, lift up both if you would like a challenge and flutter. And then add the taps in the air, horizontal adduction, tap. Knees are off the floor, toes are off the floor. And then child pose. So push back. I'm going to add the toes curling under on this stretch too, because sometimes when you point your toes softly like that, they want to cramp. So toes. And this is a leg strengthener and a little cardio. So let me show you how you could do it. You could do it with your forearms on the mat and your hips up a little. So now slowly pull the right knee under and then the left knee under. The right knee under and then the left knee under. Now that's your main move. It's like you're walking. But if you want to add on a little plyo and elasticity, you're going to do 20 quick called treadmill where the legs switch places and then speed it up. 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then rest. Good. Nice. And then you're going to be standing up without using your hands. So if you need a sip, grab it. I'm going to move the foam roll out of the way. We don't want anything in our way on this next series. You want a clean, safe space. No hands. Lots of ways to get up, no hands, but here's one. And we're going to do a squat that's static. So have a seat in an imaginary chair. If you do not like leg squats at all, you can do calf raises. Otherwise, hold. But you don't want to avoid knee flexion altogether, or your knees will get really tight and they'll just get worse. So you do want to do some knee flexion if you can, even if it's up here. 10, 2, 3, 4. Feel like 50-50. If you had a scale under each foot, would each foot read this half your weight? 5, 4, 3, 2. Press up. Now blood pressure adjust. Okay, now we're going to do 10 up and down. Regulate your range of motion. So you're going to do movement. Good, you can have the hands in front. Your knees are tracking with your second toe. I want you to feel like you have a scale under each foot. Would it be even? Would it be half your weight on each? Or is one leg kind of taken over? Your hips are not kicking left or right. Yes. Good. You can go as low as you want. You can go all the way down if you want. 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Take a full breath. The next one is a static one-legged squat. And if you need a backup plane, you could just do a one-legged stand. But if you can, britches up, foot up. I like an ankle position myself. And try 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stand tall. All right, try the other foot. Now take a breath first. And now the other. Ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you'll stand back up. Full breath. Oh. All right, now on this one, here comes the sun. Single leg squats, regulate your own range of motion. So I'm going to touch a wall on this. You're welcome to touch something. The lift of your left foot is sort of just to get it out of the way. It doesn't have to be hugely lifted up near your booty. Now the right knee can bend a little bit, or if you think you can go lower, tap the shin to the floor, come up, or maybe use a foam roller under your knee, or a yoga block. 2, 3. Now it could be you do calf raises, so like Catherine, maybe you could just work in the range of motion you can, or you do calf raises. But it is good to reveal discrepancies. Make sure your hip's not kicking out. 9, yep. 10. Now we're going to do the other leg, so you're on 10 and 10. You're going to bend, and maybe your knee touches the floor. Maybe you go to a yoga block. Maybe you self-regulate with a little like an inside 2-inch or 3-inch. Another trick is to do calf raises if you need to, but if you can do some type of single leg squat, it'll build strength around that knee, which we need. 8. It'll reveal discrepancies, and then we clean it up. 9. And then 10. Grab a sip. Good job. So I like that you're finding something. Calf raise. So I'm going to hold on to something. Go up and down like the wall or a foam roller. Go up and down. Both heels. Both heels. And now a single calf raise. So in other words, 10 on one knee or one leg, knee long. And then 10 on the other. I'll just turn so you can see me. 1, 2, good, hips are level. That a girl. 3. Make sure your knee's staying long. Sometimes people accidentally compensate by pushing their knee forward, but you want to be able to grow in height here. What a sun, huh? All right, now the next one could be you go back to your calves, or you do a little jump rope that's springy. Gotta tighten the ponytail. Okay, so maybe you do a little right-left to get each foot springy. Think animal, think how elastic animals are in the wild. All right, now if you're adding on, you could do 6 jumps where you try to get some height. 1, 2, 3, Remember, it's okay to do calf raises if you need. 5, 6. All right, now take a little breath. The next one is going to be when you're in the air, you open up like a, there's my heart rate, you open up like a starfish. So 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, 6, nice job. Either single calf raises or 10 right jumps, 10 left jumps. So you choose either 10 and 10 slow up and down, or 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and left. Springy. Now I can feel my left foot's not quite as springy. Now 8 right and 8 left, and then 6 right and then 6 left. Nice job. And then we're going to stand up, sit down while using no hands. So one first method I'll show is right foot forward, left foot back, left foot swings around. Inhale, your booty's on the ground. Then your right foot stays forward, left foot helps push you up. Now the left foot's forward, the right foot's back. Lower slowly, so you're not dropping on your knee. And down. And then left foot forward and up. The next set I'll show is a crisscross applesauce. If you need to do a different method, please do. Breathe in, exhale up. And the next one is left ankle forward and lower. And then press. And then the next one is it's bending the knees. Slowly shift forward, feet back. You can add a little Ustrasana. Shift forward, toes under, feet might go flat, and then you're coming up. Nice. Now when you come up, grab a sip and we'll do one-legged balance, just because it's such a good predictor of not falling. And why don't we try quad stretch this time instead of tree, because then we'll get our hip flexor and quad up, foot, hand out. Let me turn to you. All right, hold 20. If you would like to add on a dancer, go for it. It's a little harder because of vestibular change. We like that challenge. And that's so nice on your shoulder. Breathe in. Now you're going to return with your balance and then lower your foot. Excellent job. Other side. Hand to foot. Hold. Notice your leg might get more underneath you. Press, open. Keep opening. I'm just going to turn to you so I can see in a different angle. Good. Yep, just do your best. 5, 4, 3. Good place to practice pulling your rib down. Inhale. And then exhale to come back. Woo! Take a wide, long-legged stretch here. Take your right hand down and open up your left arm and stretch out your back and your legs. Place that hand down, open up your other. Inhale, and then exhale, lower down. We're going to take our hands back to our waist and go into a little back bend, kind of like we would in a yoga lift. And then step or walk your feet together. Come down any way that you can. So I'm going to encourage you to do this without your hands. Grab your foam roller if it ran away from you like mine did. Lift up your hips on the foam roller. And I like to put my hands on either side to make sure it doesn't get away from me. Lift up your legs. So at this point, take one leg up and one leg down like you're doing a pair of scissors, and then do it the other way. And then just take a long pair of scissors. Let your hamstrings help you, tell you what's a safe place to go. But you do want to feel a stretch. On the bottom leg, it's a little hip flexor, and the top leg, it's a little hamstring. You're also pumping inguinal lymph nodes, so you've got a natural immunity booster within your body. And then we're going to take a bicycle. So a bicycle that's like a circus bike, a humongous cycle, bigger than you would on a normal bike. So make it stretchy. So when you bend that bottom knee and the foot goes towards the floor, you might feel more hip flexor. Stretch that top leg and it's hamstring. Reverse the bicycle. Still make it a really big bicycle. You're more about flexibility here than about simulating a ride on a bike. All right, now we're gonna have both legs up, and I'm gonna move away from the wall a little bit because you wanna be able to have room to open and close, and we're gonna point and flex, and point and flex, point and flex. Feel an inner thigh stretch, and work your ankles and work your toes, work your shins. Should feel really good on your low back as you are decompressing. Now we're going to put the legs together, and I'm going to have the hands beside the roller so it doesn't get away. Lower both legs at the same time and then make it a circle. So if you've ever been on a reformer and you've done feet and straps, this is similar. Your big circles. Breathe in. Now feel your abs help you so your legs don't yank your low back into hyperextension. Breathe in. And we're going to go the other way. Open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so this one is just going to be one leg down, one leg up. If you want a hamstring tool, you can hold on to some kind of band, or your hand can hold on to that top leg. Now your other leg is pouring down, so it's getting a psoas stretch. You might try a different leg position on that top leg, going out. And over. And then we're going to switch it up. So just make sure you feel like you're not going to slide on your foam roller. One leg's down, one leg's up. Feel that right psoas release. Take the leg across. You can try taking the leg out. And what you can do is take both legs long. So your foam roller may need to move down a little. Take both legs long and relax your hips. And then you're just gonna let your feet go on the floor for a moment. And if you have, it looks like everybody has it today, you can roll on the foam roller vertically and your arms are up like a Y or a T. And I'm gonna add on the knees open. So this is a bound angle while you're getting a passive shoulder stretch. Now, if you don't feel it, like let's say your back has really opened up with all the work we've done, then you could put a foam roller on top of put a foam block on top of the roller and then have more shoulder stretch. So just find a way that feels like you've got a chest stretch and a shoulder stretch. 10. And then we're gonna slowly come off of there and we're gonna take the roller underneath the upper back so it's now vertical to our body. Again, you may need a block under your head. So let's say your head doesn't quite touch, you can use a block anyway. Or let's say you don't have enough stretch, you can put a block underneath your upper back. So you're just gonna find a place that works for you and let the shoulders relaxed. Let your muscles relax here. We're training them into a new fascial pattern, and this is an opposite pattern than most of our daily life. So you're letting it know it's safe, it's okay to be open, it's okay to release tension. The floor has you, the foam roller has your muscles, they don't have to work. And then when you're ready, you can take a lie down on the floor and just notice how flat your back is. Notice how everything feels. And then you can choose the block or the foam roller to put your hips on to do legs up on the wall. We'll put the legs up and that'll release blood flow and help the vessels. And the low back gets a decompression too. And then just try to feel a long, full breath. You might even do, add a practice of adding a number count to 10 for your inhale. And an exhale for 10. One more. And then gently release your hips and you're going to make your way up to a seated position. Sit any way you want. And we're going to sneak in an arm open like a T and a rotation. So pretend like you're looking over your shoulder. See if that feels a little bit more open now. Open your arms and then go to the other side. And your arms open and you're in a half moon seated. And your arms open and you're in half moon seated. Come up and then one little shoulder stretch that's this way and a heartless, so your thoracic spine. And then you can sit any way you want, and we'll just take a big breath up. Maybe think about the count of 10. And exhale the same length. Samavriti is inhale length matches the exhale length. So inhale, and that exhale is the same length. One way to get to the parasympathetic system. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, get rid of anything from the past or future, and just take a moment into this present. And notice that peace in your body. Notice that clarity in your body and mind. And we'll just send an intention of wellness for our body, mind, and spirit the rest of the day. If we're ever not sure, we can always ask ourselves, is this good for me? Is this good for me? And your body will give you signals. So we'll take a moment to set that intention with so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much. Doing great. Very good. Very good to see you. Have a